Okay, guys, look how nice and shiny it looks, guys. Look at that, man. You know, I'm no stranger to working with leather. When I had my Harley, I made leather mud flaps. They were of a flame design, and they were red. I think I used 14-ounce tooling leather. But yeah, see now. It's not the exact same color as the saddlebag, but it's close to it. So we got our, see the little, those are also leather too. That way the springs, in case if it bounces, which it probably won't bounce, it won't make a noise. So that's on there. See, I put some ties in the back. So in the back of the, that's finished. So the back of the tank cover is tied down. But that's done, guys. It trims it out real nice, man. Now, I also started doing something else, too. I made covers for my foot pegs out of leather. That way there, it'll save the foot pegs from getting worn down, and once I dye these brown, these are going to be dyed brown, and then we'll hit them with some super sheen, so they'll be shiny. They'll match that. They'll match a tank bag or the frame cover. Now we see how that shines. And I also put on those little hickeys there. And we also got one on the foot peg covers too. So that's going to look pretty cool once it's done. Let me go to the other side. So let's see here. Let's get a shot from the front. See, so basically, now that fork bag, I have to strip that, and I have to dye that dark brown as well. I'm going to look into how I strip it. I think I have to use acetone, which I don't have any acetone. Now, I will tell you, I do have a very slight primary cover leak. I have to find out which gasket it is. It's definitely not, it's not the outer gasket. Because I put that red, I put the red primary oil in there. I don't think I have engine problems. I must have, it might even be an oil line somewhere. It's a very, very slight leak I have going on there. But I'm going to have to put that on my lift, and I'll try to track down what the problem there is. The reason why I think it's a primary cover is because right underneath the primary drain plug, there is like just a little teardrop of oil. That's what all those spots there on the carpet are from. All from the teardrop coming off the primary cover. I mean, it's no major deal, you know. It's not a major deal. So we got our electronics box cover on. Now, what I did with that, guys, is I put Allen head fasteners with bolts on, and I used red Loctite on all the bolts, because those originally have well nuts. And rather than me find the well nuts, I put bolts on there, but the bolts are Allen heads, because everything on here is Allen head, so I had to have Allen heads on there. I use Allen heads and Fleer nuts. And I did everything with Loctite. Yeah, everything on this, you have to use Loctite on it. Any motorcycle I've ever worked on, I use Loctite. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do with this here. We're going to dye that dark brown, and we'll hit it with some Super Sheen. And I think it'll look better than before, you know. Because I had these original foot peg covers missing. I don't know what the hell the guy did with them. He ripped them off, or they probably came off, because I heard the old style, they come off. The rubber comes off real easy. So at least now they'll match. Now these are still wet, because what I do is whenever I work with leather, I wet it down, because it becomes real soft and real easy to work with when you soak it in hot water. Once it dries, that'll be like that'll almost turn like a white, like a bleach. And then that's when I will dye it, and then we'll Super Sheen it, and we'll do the same thing to this. By the looks of it, it looks like there's not much Super Sheen on it. Probably still needs stripped and cleaned. And we'll start this up tomorrow. I'll isolate my wires. That way they don't touch nothing. We'll put the battery in and we'll start this up. I haven't started this in about a week. But we got our battery on trickle charge over there, because I don't want to mess that battery up. That battery cost me way too much money. That's a $200 battery right there, guys. And we'll have to start the Honda up too. That's the problem, having two motorcycles. Now the Honda, we're going to pull the engine out of that. And see that head sticking over there? We're going to put that head on the engine. And the carburetor, I'm replacing everything in the carburetor. I'm replacing the accelerator pump, the plunger, and the float bowl, or the float, and the float needle. I'm putting all new parts. The only thing I'm leaving alone is the jet, because I have the biggest jet I can get for that carb. But everything else I'm replacing with new parts. And I still might sell the Honda. I still might sell this. You know, because I need the room in here, and having two motorcycles it's too much for me, you know. Especially, I mean I don't even have time to ride the chopper, let alone ride this. You know, and yeah, it's just too much maintaining two motorcycles all the time. I just don't have the time, guys. So that's what I'm planning to do. If I get that Honda running good, to where it starts within one click of the starter, and then I'll put a couple new tires on it. I'll get it inspected, and I'll try to sell it. So okay, that's what's going on. I just wanted to show you guys the foot pegs on that, man, because I kind of like it. I think it's a pretty good idea. I was going to put leather covers on these too, but they slide around a little bit too much, so I'm going to leave these just like it is. The one thing I don't like about these is in the summer, this rubber gets real sticky. And I almost have to wax this. Matter of fact, that's what I'll put on the rubber. Is I'll put wax on these, so then it doesn't get real sticky. The wax is the only thing that'll make this smooth. Or these will actually get, I mean, it'll actually get like, almost like chewing gum. That's how sticky this gets, especially in the summertime. So I guess I'm going to leave them alone. We'll leave those be until they wear off. And once they wear off, I'll put something else in here. All right, guys. Catch you later.